morning, Dimsdale. The vibes today will be rancid. Assuming, most likely, expectations. While my at-home library is quite small, like most readers, I still have quite a few books that unfortunately I've never actually read. And since collecting them, I've decided I will probably hate and would never read otherwise. So in the vein of spring cleaning, we're gonna go through those and clean out the ones that are really not for me. Some of these I got secondhand from thrift shops, others I got secondhand from one of the many free little libraries I just so happen to live near, which is exactly where we'll be donating these books back to. So let us put these in ranking of what I presume is most to least likely to DNF. Okay, so here's what we're starting out with today. I do have others behind me that I'm also a little wary to start reading now, but does my light just get brighter? That really threw off my train of thought. We're gonna start with these. You gotta stop this. Sir, really only reinforcing the fact that I need a new light. We're gonna start with these and hope that by the end of it, I do actually finish one. So, Possessed. I think I skimmed the back of it at a book sale. I skimmed it thinking she fucks a ghost. She doesn't. I'm almost positive she doesn't. Also, since flipping through this, I realized it's one of those fuckers that doesn't have... Sorry, that was really aggressive. This is one of those books that doesn't have quotation marks between dialogue. And that sounds exhausting to read. So that really turns me off. The Treasure Hunters Club I grabbed and immediately learned that people complain about its editing issues, which is a big pet peeve of mine, so that sucks. The Husbands I got at that same book sale and was just excited to see a book that I recognized, even though it doesn't actually sound like something I would want to read. I was excited to read an Indigenous book that wasn't actually, is this horror? Fiction, literary, contemporary. Nope, it's not horror. I was excited to grab an Indigenous book that wasn't horror, so I grabbed it. And I have since heard a lot of people complain about it. That's it. The Push, couldn't tell you why the fuck I grabbed this. It is a family drama, but it had, I think, good ratings on Goodreads. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll try it. But it's a family drama, so I don't, And lastly, Dawn of the Moon Goddess, which I think is the first book I grabbed since when moving to my neighborhood and finding all the free little libraries. I have since learned it's YA, which may sound silly to say, but again, I like grabbing things going in blind. I almost never read young adult. I didn't read as a teenager, I didn't read as a child, I didn't read until last year-ish. It's just not my demographic. There's no nostalgia there. There's nothing. And I've tried and it's just way too immature most of the time for me. So, I mean, I'll give it a shot. I've also given other YAs a shot and was like, this was a mistake. So, starting with the rancid vibes, is Possessed. We're gonna see, genuinely, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine a world that I read this. Unless there was an audiobook. I think there's a book I read last year, strictly audiobook, only to learn afterwards that there were no quotation marks. And I had no clue. So, raw dog in this. I'm gonna read this in between getting some work done and see how far we get. Possessed is about Josephine, who is obsessed. She's got unrequited love with a younger man, and it's a dark, funny story exploring sexual obsession, mental illness, and the supernatural. None of those things sound appealing to me, except for the supernatural part. And that's why I think I read sexual and supernatural and was like, oh! No. What chapter did I just finish? 3? 2. I finished chapter 2. Surprisingly, I'm not hating it. But nothing's happened. I'm in chapter 2. I like the character's voice. It's really fun. She is so self-aware to the point of no longer being self-aware. Her inner voice is a blast. This is a me problem. Whenever, I don't know, I hate hearing ladies talk about what men think about their bodies. I fucking hate it. Like, she's mentioned, like, the fat on her body and how there almost is none. It's just, like, her thighs. It's just such a turnoff for me. That there's enough of that in the world that I don't like hearing books talk about it. But that's my biggest complaint so far, is that she's like, oh no, my thigh. Anyways, chapter 3. So that's a no for me, dog. I don't think it really got far enough for the quotation marks to actually bother me. This is also, by the way, Jowita Bydlowska. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I think if you're into weird lit, if you're into weird sexual lit, maybe check it out. Let's see. So she has this boyfriend that's not her boyfriend, and a whole lot of mommy issues, and this random 50 Shades younger man is like, give me your number. I like to dom. Are you submissive? Do you shave? And she's into it, and she's like, cool, whatever. Like, I have no control of my life. You can take control of me, kind of thing, I think is kind of what it's getting at. But the writing is weird. And again, I say that with like, not derogatory. I just don't like how it's, yeah, I don't really care. There's a little too much, I think, mixture of sex issues with mommy issues that it's like, I'm good. I don't know. Commenting on people's bodies makes me really upset. It makes me really uncomfortable. Even men's bodies. Like, she talks, like, there's a man and she's like, oh, it was like sucking a finger. And it's like, don't, come on. He can't help that. Don't be so mean. I don't like it. It's just mean. Obviously, not that the author's mean. The character is being mean. And I'm not into reading those kinds of mean characters. Alright. First book going into the donation pile. Also, while I'm here, I somewhat recently, grabbed Mexican Gothic from the free library near me. And I read that in between vlogs because I was like, well, fuck, I guess, but why not? And I will also be donating this back to the community library. Not that it was bad. I'm not gonna ever reread it. Next on the docket is Treasure Hunters. And I'm interested, if editing was people's complaints, I'm actually really interested in seeing how long it'll take for me to like realize the editing issues. Also, another like book that has issues with accessibility, because this has so many different fonts in it that it's a little annoying. But maybe that's a shitty complaint. Oh good, there's a prologue. Okay, great. I'll check in after the prologue. Wow, and there we go. There's the prologue, and there's this book. The dialogue is weird. The dialogue is stilted and unnatural. It's also, I mean, it's a beautiful cover, but it's a little, I think it's got the vibes of being super cozy and like nothing else. And I am not into overly cozy, wrapping a blanket around me type of books. I need something else. I highly doubt that book's gonna give me more. And if it does, I'm gonna have to look past the dialogue, which did not sell me. So, keeping the rancid vibes, we're on to the husbands. Also, I don't know what this is about. He got an award for queer mystery, and these are high praises in the back. And, oh, there it is. Okay, 3 people are called to this place to find a treasure. So there you go. That's what that is. The Husbands is about every time a man goes up in her attic, a new husband comes down. My main concern is how long this book is. It's 300 pages. I cannot believe you can keep that going for 300 pages. But let's prove me wrong. I gotta go walk my dog, so I'm gonna pop in the audiobook and I'll come back when I have an opinion. It's the end of the day and I am about halfway. What did I just finish? Chapter 22. I'm not bored. What can I say? Nothing's really happened. She's gone through a whole lot of husbands, and her life changes with every husband a little bit. So, like, you know, if one, has certain hobbies versus one who has a really high-paying job. So she's trying to find a husband where she likes her life and the man. So yeah, nothing's really happened, except for the last chapter just had a nice twist. I guess we'll be reading this a little more, at least. So I just finished chapter 33. I'm getting a little bored. It's not as repetitive as I kind of feared it would be, but I'm getting bored and I'm starting to no longer care how it will end. I need to get some more work done. So since I'm at a good point right at the beginning of a chapter, I'm gonna put the audiobook back in and see how much longer I last, if it changes anything to give me a newfound spark, because yeah. Okay, finished chapter 37 and we're calling it there. That is 83% of the way through. She has decided which husband she kind of wants to come back through the cycle of things and is chasing him. And some tomfoolery is happening, but not enough to be fun anymore. So, it's a casual read for sure. It's not a very romantic read. If you don't want something too heavy in the romance, just more fun and lighthearted, there you go. And I can see that there is next. What time is it? I'll start this today. And if I like it, then I have a book to read for my long subway ride coming up. Quick update for you today. Got through part 1. Forced my way through part 1. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I'm getting so concerned by how short this video might be. I have 2 books left. And one of them I still have very low expectations for, at least in terms of, what I like. Again, it was the dialogue for me. I kept reading it. I think like halfway through part 1 I knew that I was like, But I finished it because it's really not that long. It's like less than 100 pages. This, though, I am interested in the story, but I really strongly dislike the dialogue. It's not as weird as Treasure Hunters was, but it's just a little stilted, and I just don't care about. I care about one of the characters, but no one else. So I can't really tell if that character's gonna come back, because it looks like it's just a bunch of different characters, perspectives. I really don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think some characters come back every now and then, but that's that. Maybe Tommy Orange's next book I can get into. It was a little too green for me. And I'm starting to feel like such a huge asshole. Put that in my pile. So I'm going out, and I gotta ride the subway. So I'm gonna start the audiobooks for these. I guess I can do a couple chapters of each. I'll read the first 50 pages-ish of both of these. I'm still kind of banking my money on this one, just because the only negative I've heard is that it's YA, and that's just not my fancy. There is some YA I've read that is that's a lie. What young adult have I read Young adult, new adult, middle grade. So I read 2 books from Series of Unfortunate Events that I've been meaning to continue with my husband. Didn't care about the first book. Enjoyed the second book. I liked The Hobbit. That's pretty young adult. It Looks Like Dad I hated, but that's because it was not edited. Abarat I hated because it was middle grade, not young adult. Yeah, most of them, I have some new adult that I like Blood Over Brighthaven, Don't Want You Like a Best Friend. Those are more new adult. I don't think they're even literally new adult, but in my brain, they read young enough that they are. Is Series of Unfortunate Events the only young adult I've read that I didn't dislike? The Prince and the Pauper, that's young adult. It's difficult to read because of its language, but that's young adult. So yeah, we don't have a good relationship, YA and I. But I'm willing to try this, because it's so damn gorgeous. I have to prove that I will not like The Bush, because the books that this is compared to are shit that I would never read. It's a psychological drama, a tense page-turning psychological drama about the making and breaking of a family, a woman whose experience of motherhood is nothing at all like she hoped for, and everything she feared. Gag. So I'll touch base with you once I've decided what I'm going to try. Or if maybe I like both. We can't discount that possibility. Okay, we have a moderately quick update. I just need to open Storygraph so I can see my notes. Started with The Push by Ashley Audrian. It's a quick no. It's a very quick no. This book is broken up in decades, it looks like, or years or something. So I read the first section that had a bunch of years in it. Yeah, I tried for it to get better, and I hate this woman. Just the beginning is a lot of her being like, I'm my husband's wife. I am my daughter's mother. I am my mother's daughter. And just constantly being like, I am someone else's this, and never being like, I'm a fucking person, first and foremost. And that's annoying to read. I'm just gonna assume this may be about her being like, I am my own person. I kind of doubt that. And aside from not being able to see herself as a person, it's a lot of, we were in love until we weren't. And we were married until we weren't one day. I thought I knew you, and then I didn't. It's immediate vom. I'm so sorry. Your psychological horror hinders on me caring for this woman who can't see herself as a person, first and foremost. Pure family drama. Cool. Great. So we're not reading that. But this... couldn't have planned it better. If anything, so far, this video has really shown that I know what I like. This is cute. This is cute. Breakneck fucking speed. I'm a couple chapters, just shy of 100 pages. She learns she's a moon goddess. She's kicked out from her mother's house. And she's taken in as an employee in this house. And then she goes to this competition and wins. Now she's in another house and she's met the prince. There's so much in less than 100 pages. It makes sense, because I'm sure a lot of young adult is, you kind of have to keep that attention. But fuck, is it the fastest thing I've ever read, and it's huge. You would think what happened in 80 pages would happen in 200. It's a lot of, I was here, and I was treated like shit, and I left. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't see any of that. It's a lot of telling and not showing, but it's still, I don't know, it's still cute. Let's see. Is there anything else? That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'll keep reading this. I did the audiobook, so I have to find out where I am in the actual book. Oh, chapter 6. Okay, so there we go. That's where I am. Oh my god, this is such a chonker. Do children read these? Children? I'm sorry. Do young adults read 500-page books? That's crazy. Good for you. I'll keep reading this. I believe, yeah, it's broken up in parts again, so I'll check in once I finish part 1, which is here, and go from there. Alrighty, we have finished part 1, and I'm gonna read this. I think I might, obviously I was hoping I would read an entire book in this video. I don't know, I'm surprised that I'm enjoying it as much as I am. It's cute. It's really cute. I don't know what to say. It's just so fucking fast. It's just such a breakneck speed. Her mom gets trapped and she promises that she'll free her and do whatever she can to save her mother. And that's the long and short of it. The long of it is chaos ensues, I suppose. Mild chaos. Chaos isn't the right word. That's kind of it. It's really cute though. I kind of wish, because I'm so not used to something happening this quickly, I just wish I could, like, enjoy the moments more rather than just keep going so quickly through them. When she's taken in to work in this house and right before she leaves, it's pretty much like months have passed and the mistress sucks. And it's like, oh, okay. Apparently it's months later, and then she's with the prince and she's like, months have passed and we've grown close. And I'm like, oh, okay. Apparently you're close. Like, I just wish I could see that more. Like, the development. But otherwise, I'm having a good time. And my other complaint is I feel like I should be like 50%, if not more, of the way through, and I'm just not. That's kind of my concern, is that I'm gonna keep reading and, like, with the husband, just kind of get like, okay, I don't care anymore. Yeah, I guess I'll check in if I have anything else to say, or if I get bored, or whatever. There's a lot left to go. Alright. Gents and mysterious bents, we're done here. I finished it. I completed a book that I thought I would DNF. Though I don't have much to say about it, is the unfortunate thing. What does the back say? Oh wow. So the back says that it's a duology, and I'm almost positive there's a third book that is coming out or recently came out. I will not be continuing the series. Not that I don't explicitly want to, but it was just ever so. It was fine. It was a fun time. It was cute. Also, I am not interested in reading, like, action. Whenever it comes up in a book, I just zone out, and it's a really bad habit. But I didn't for this one, because it was fast-paced enough that I was like, cool, whatever. I think part of the reason why I actually enjoyed this, despite its immaturity, is because there were a lot of things that I could see it being written in a different voice for adults, or at least for an older audience. And I think that's why it kind of kept my attention. So yeah, I hope this video wasn't 10 seconds long. Let's see, so here's my stack of books I'll be donating. Oh, I'm getting rid of Below as well, and that feels like a very entry-level horror that people might like. Here, can I zoom out at all? I don't think so. There we go. Here's my stack. Ta-da! Moral of the story is maybe read a snippet of books before grabbing them. Also, I mean, realistically, I wouldn't have counted any of these as, like, at least most of them, as, like, actual DNFs. Considering, like, Treasure Hunters, I was, like, after the prologue, I knew I was out. The Push, I should have never picked up. Possession, I should have opened the book, and found out a formatting choice would have been an inevitable downfall. But hey, I now have a good chunk to donate back to the community. And, you know, isn't that what life's all about? Okay. Thanks for watching this video. If you're interested in keeping up with my reading escapades. Please feel free to subscribe, for one, or follow me on Instagram and or Storygraph. Please like the video if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one, where I hope to be reading some books you've never heard of.